Okay, so I want to blow your minds right now. I'm going to tell you a list. This is not a fully comprehensive list. This is a substantial list, but not a complete list of all the different types of guides, spirit guides, energetic guides that we have and what their roles are. So Claire is going to help me out, and she's just going to type the title of the guide that I say, and I'll give you a quick description of their duties just to help you kind of keep track. But for those of you note takers, if you want to jot this down, you can, but I really encourage you, just listen and let your mind be blown by how much support we have from the invisible realms. So here we go. Different types of guides that are surrounding us all the time. We have joy guides. That's pretty self-explanatory. They help us find humor, levity, help us not take ourselves so darn seriously all of the time. They help us keep perspective, help us keep balance, and bring in lightheartedness. I have phenomenal, amazing, hilarious joy guides. So, and you all do too. And now we have helper guides. So our helpers are those are the guides that really assist us with projects and goals that we have, and also support us during challenging times in our lives. Those are our helpers. And then we have healer guides. Self-explanatory already, but healers help to elevate our physical, emotional, mental, psychological, spiritual well-being. So probably a lot of people in this gathering, in this group, are healers, and you have tremendous healer guides supporting you, perhaps giving you insight, directing you if you're working with clients where some healing needs to be applied or where certain things can be addressed. And even if you don't identify as a healer, you have healer guides. Teachers, we have teachers. Teachers help us learn, of course, and they bring our attention to some of the vicious cycles that occur in our lives and some of the challenges that impede us from living spontaneously and joyously and a divinely guided life. So those are our teachers. Then we have our ancestors. Ancestors are our beloveds, our loved ones who are no longer in the physicality, but still very much present to support us on our journeys. So family, who we consider to be family and relations. Now, I would argue that we are all family and we are all relatives, and this is an indigenous teaching that I'm very connected to. But in terms of just how we think of family within our cultures, blood relatives, et cetera, our ancestors are really powerful guides for us. Then we have the nature and the elementals as guides. So fire, earth, water, air, spirits, and the etherics. So those that are in the fifth dimensional universal consciousness that bring us stimulation in order to grow. So we have them. Oftentimes I refer to fairies within the elementals, and just look for them, okay? No matter what you believe, just trust me here. Look for them as you're out in nature, as you're among the trees, as you're in the forest, as you're with the plants and the animals. Then we have our runners, our runner guides. These are very practical. I use my runner guides for, please help me find the best parking spot at the mall. Please help me to find a pair of shoes that are on such good sale that I cannot turn them down. Okay, but don't judge it. It's practical, and these are things that in our third dimensional lives make things easier for us. But runners go ahead of us, scope things out, move things out of the way, and let us show up to a more delicious and delightful experience. They can find us the best theater seats if you ask them. If you're looking for a new home, send your runner guides ahead of you. I want a home that has this, 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 and this. I would like it to be in this neighborhood. Please, guides, can you please support me with that? Okay, you've got runners for that. I love my runner guides. Then we have, of course, angels and archangels. They help our hearts to open and to increase our awareness of our own divinity. Then we have light beings. And these are guides that have never incarnated. bringing light and ease to us in a variety of different ways. Then there are Bodhisattvas, and that is human consciousness that has crossed over and now is in a divine state supporting us. So these are enlightened beings that have put off entering paradise in order to help us to gain enlightenment. So there are examples of bodhisattvas. The historical Buddha, before Buddha became Buddha, was considered a bodhisattva. And then there is one that's hard to pronounce. Avalokiteshvara is another bodhisattva. You can Google this and find lots of different bodhisattvas in different cultural teachings. Then we have our ascended masters. All right, this is Jesus, the Mother Mary, Buddha, Saint Francis, Vishnu, and many more, the ascended masters. These are the highest evolved beings that are assisting humanity in our ascension. So remember, when we talk about channeling and spiritual connection, at least from the perspective that I teach it, it has nothing to do with religion. So doesn't matter what your religious background is, you can have your beliefs, keep your beliefs, and still channel and still connect to all of these beings and not feel like you are doing something that is against your religion. Make some space for it. You can do both. You can have both. So that's the list I'm going to provide for now. But there are more, and you can probably Google this too and find more information out about what other types of guides there are. But are your minds blown? Did you know? Did you know how much help you had from the non-physical realm? And if you did, have you been asking for support? Have you been connecting to them? Have you been talking with them?